Ladies and gentlemen, your ego isn't worth more than your life. You're probably wondering, why am I bringing up this subject? Because everywhere I go for the last 20 years of my life, I've always came across a hater. The hate in America is so real. I'm not even fazed by it. I'm not surprised by it. I just avoid it. Be thankful when someone shows you their true colors. Everyday life, when it comes down to coworkers, exactly why it is justified to me that I no longer do hangouts with coworkers like that, and I don't get too close and personal with coworkers like that, for this exact reason. There's a guy who just recently started out at the same hospital that I work at. He works in a different department. I don't know the brother, but a lot of people should relate to what I'm about to say in this video. He's another brother. He's black, just like myself. And at the same time, one of my not other coworkers, one of the same workers from a different department in the hospital, right? Seemed like she was having her ups and downs. So I thought it had something to do with this incident, but it didn't. It was just because finding out about this guy, he doesn't like me for whatever reason, and I knew exactly why, and I'm about to break everything down so people could understand where I'm coming from with the title of this video on your ego is not more important than your life. The brother is new. He just started. I was told that he would be working in the same department as this other coworker. As this other associate within the hospital. She works in a different department. She's a lot older than me. She could be like my mom, and she mentioned that she wants to leave, and she's told other people this. She's just one of those people that just vents and it's just to pass time. But it's also understandable because I vented at other coworkers as well from my previous jobs that I got along well with, where I was like, hey, I'm cool with you. I have no problem with you. I'm going to let you know what's going on at the job and what my future plans is. It was nice knowing you. I'm going to be leaving the job. And stuff like that happens. And long story short, the gentleman that she mentioned that they would be hiring, because she got tired of having to have so much work being put on her. And basically her job at the hospital that I work at is to basically sanitize, clean, and keep number of all the IV pumps and the machines that goes together with the pumps for the patients, to make sure those are in tip-top shape and sanitized and cleaned up, okay? And they finally hired help. She told me ahead in advance that it was going to be another gentleman. That's what she heard. I was like, okay, the more the merrier. Me being my friendly self, not always 100% open arms, but just when first meeting somebody, first impression always matters. Your first encounter and first impression with somebody, a stranger, someone that you don't even know, it matters 100%. Because how you act and how you perceive, how you move when you first meet somebody, most cases that person is going to count it against you. In most cases, people do. There's no, oh, he's going through a bad day. I'm not doing that no more. If I just met you and you act like you don't want to speak to me and you have a problem with me, I'm staying away from you. And I've had bad experiences dealing with hood dudes, particularly what people would want to call on YouTube Pookie and Ray Ray. Guess what the brother was? Pookie and Ray Ray. Hood dude. Not only that, down south, no matter where you go, people down here will call them country. Basically, he's from the hood. Now, going back to the story, I met the brother. I was just passing along, doing my thing at my job as an EVS cleaner. I had trash that was assigned to me that day. And I came across the guy. I was like, okay, this must be the new guy that this lady mentioned. I came across him. I was like, hey, I said sup. I looked at him. I gave him a head shake. I shook my head because I don't really know him too well like that. I'm not really opened to everyone as I used to. I don't. And he did say what's up. And long after, I encountered him again. I think this is the same day or a few days after or the next day after. And he just gave me a look. Like a pissed off look, like I was inferior to him. I gave him the same head nod that I normally do. I'm not going to smile at you or anything like that. So I don't know what your problem is, especially if I don't know you. And he gave me a look like he had a problem with me. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, what the heck is his problem? Why is he looking at me like that? I'm not looking at him a certain way. Like when you know someone has an ill resentment or a problem with you, they're gonna look at you a certain way. I don't know if maybe he's one of those Pookies and Ray Rays or hood dudes that thinks like, oh, he could spot me out real quick that I'm not like him. No, I'm not. I'm the opposite of a Pookie and Ray Ray. I carry myself a certain way. I was raised differently. This is not to say that I'm better. I was just raised in a different environment. I was raised in a different setting. And every person from the hood does not act ghetto. And I'm from the hood. But this man, I put two and two together. I looked at the way he carried himself. Of course, he got the dreadlocks going on. And it's also how he's keeping up with me personally. I'm just going to be real. I don't believe men should have long hair. It's said in the Bible. It's a shame for a man to have long hair. It says in the Bible. But it's not only about his hairstyle. He carries himself like he does not even want to be there. Like he's just trying to hustle, make his money, and go on about his business. He walks like he's in the streets. That's how his energy is. And looking at him on the outside, people are going to judge you off the bat like that in most cases. He has a full sleeve on one of his arms, a full sleeve of tattoos. I looked at his sneakers. He has the typical hood dude's sneakers, kicks, Jordans, or either it was Nikes. I don't know specifically what kind of Nike or Jordans that he had on, but it looked like straight up Jordan Nike sneakers that were all bulky looking. It was just not my thing. His outfit, his scrubs is already baggy. Can't tell if he was really sagging or not. And I'm perceiving this all based off of how my next encounter was with him. He came off very standoffish. And now thinking about my first encounter with him, even though he said what's up, and I nod my head, I spoke low, I don't know if he took it as, oh, he thinks he's better. Listen, I could be emotional and effeminate about it, go out of my way and be like, hey man, what's going on? Why are you acting like this with me? Or I could just be like, if you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to talk to me. I don't even know you. You definitely don't know me, but it makes it look worse that you look like a hood dude. And I was told that you're from the hood. And on top of that, you're acting like that with me? And I didn't do anything to you? Common sense today is not common. You see, people don't know how to use their brain. See, if I was in his shoes, I could have been, this is how I would think if I was open-minded. Why is he so closed off? Let me go and talk to him. Hey, what's up, man? Is everything good? Because when I met you, you was kind of talking low. You seemed like you didn't want to really talk, and I'm like, and I could have just said, oh, I'm like that with everybody. Isn't that normal to be like that with everybody, or people that you just met? Isn't that normal? And now these days, there's so many men like him that thinks that smiling at another man is gay. Let that make sense. The typical Pookie and Ray Ray brain. Straight out of the hood. Not all, but many cases that I've came across. A lot of them thinks that if you're a black man, just like them, and you're from the hood, automatically in their eyes, you have to act just like them. Straight up ignorant and closed-minded and stupid at the exact same time. That's one of the most delusional, closed-minded, ignorant mindsets to have. You take Pookie out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of Pookie. Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, you ever come across a person that's standoffish? They don't know you, and their first encounter with you is that they are acting strange. They give you a look. That means that they do not like you for whatever reason. For whatever reason, they don't like you. You probably remind them of somebody in their past. It does not matter. First impressions matter. There's a clear indication right there. Person is sizing you up, and they're looking at you where they're standoffish, and they have an ill look against you. Like an evil look. A snare. Like, I don't like him. Like that type of look. And they don't even have to open their mouth. They just giving you that look. Like they don't even want to bother with you. They don't like you. They're straight up letting you know that I do not like you. Stand a few feet and stay away from them. Do not go out of your way to ask what's up and what's going on, because many cases it's not going to be good. They're the ones that opens the door. Just like how we also open the door to people who we allow to talk to us. The communication was there. He received it. He acted a certain way. And I retaliated by turning away and not stooping on his level. Because I could go down on his level and look at him a certain way back the moment he makes eye contact with me. But that's going to be very childish of me. That would be a very childish move. And I'm not about that life. Recently, I heard from my wife, this lady that takes care of her hair, because my wife gets her hair taken care of and gets her hair done by this woman, right? She works on dreadlocks and she's a beautician. She's been working on my wife's hair. My wife has dreads, so she had told my wife that she lost her fiance. I believe it was her fiance. He lost his life getting shot and killed by another dude. Of course, another Pookie and Ray Ray, I don't know, but it sounded like that's what it was. He had an argument with him. He did the back and forth. He did not walk away. He did not took his pride and his ego with him and walk away. He did the back and forth. Boom. Lost his life. It's not worth losing your life trying to prove somebody wrong. I work in a hospital. You think I want to go to the same man that just started? He works in a different department from me. So there's going to be times where we're going to cross paths because the hospital is not that big. We're going to cross paths. Because I work there, he works there. He doesn't have to talk to me. I don't have to talk to him. And most of the time, many cases, a person knows when they're wrong. He's seen me be outgoing, smiling at other people. But with him, I'm not doing that because he does not deserve it. He seems very standoffish. He didn't smile at me. He didn't say, "Hey, what's up, brother?" He was not welcoming. He was very closed. His door was kept closed. Like he did not even want to be bothered with me. I observed him. A few days go by, next day go by. I'm watching. It's not that I'm watching him to watch him. I could see it. There's another hood dude at my job. The one that I had problems with, who apologized to me. I brought this up in one of my past videos. He's cool with him. He went past him in the hallway. They went by each other. The guy said, "What's up?" He said, "What's up?" back. He let him know that he's cool with him. But with me, he's not cool with me. Probably because I carry myself differently from a brother. And like I said, there's just some people that are so used to seeing people a certain way that when they see somebody that's the opposite of them, in their eyes, especially if it's different, in their negative mind, whatever the case may be, they think you're beneath them. Keep that same energy and those negative thoughts to yourself. I'm going to walk with my head high, and I recommend anyone do that because it's not worth arguing over pettiness, trying to prove somebody wrong, and most likely you could end up losing your life. You don't know if the person got a gun, a knife, what tricks they have up their sleeves, the people that they know. I think about all these things because that's just how I am. You think I'm a punk? I'd rather be a punk. I have kids, a wife, and a life to worry about. My place with God is the number one thing. I mean. My place with God is what keeps me in check, to not fall for the madness and go down low to someone else's level where I'm not at in life. And if I'm in a better position mentally, I'm not going to stoop so low to be in the same position as you. I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my time. I am not going to waste my time. And I don't recommend anyone do the same. It's not worth it. It is not worth the energy. It's not worth the drama. It's not worth your life. Your ego. Trying to prove that to somebody. That, I could do this and that. Learn to walk away. Be smart with your life, because you only have one life. Casual talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.